Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and welcome to my review of Doctor Who Mission to the Unknown, which is one of only 2 single episode stories in the classic series, and the only one of the 2 to be a normal length episode, a normal single 25-ish minute episode. The other one is the 5 Doctors, and of course we know that's a 90-minute special, 100 with the special edition version. And if you want to include the TV movie as a classic series episode, then yes, that also counts. Again, that one's about 85 minutes in length there as well, so not the normal length episode. So, Mission to the Unknown, or Dalek Cutaway. Now, Mission to the Unknown is basically there because they had the production blocks saved from Planet of Giants. When they edited that story from 4 episodes to 3 episodes, they had a production block spared so they could save that. And with Galaxy 4 Mission to the Unknown moved into Season 3 instead of Season 2, then we got Terry Nation wrote a prologue episode to his upcoming The Daleks Master Plan, plus serving as a potential as a pilot / experiment episode for a potential future Dalek Space Security Agency spin-off in Dalek-centered space security spin-off, where, for example, Sarah Kingdom would be the main character in build-up to the story, or space security characters like her would be the main characters, and you'd follow them trying to stop the Daleks all over the universe. So this one is so it's supposed to serve as an experiment to see if that would work. That type of story would work as stories without the Doctor, but instead having the Daleks or space security agents in the main roles. And that's being said, this one is a cutaway story, so it means no Doctor, no companions. The only story ever not to feature the Doctor at all. No other story. There have been other episodes during the Hartnell era, and maybe even some of the Charlton era, but because the actors are taking a break, a holiday, and you might hear some pre-recorded dialogue or some clips from the previous episode played back. They probably still get credited though, but certainly they've always been in the story. Even if they take a couple of an episode or 2 out of the story, they still appear in the story itself in another episode or other episodes. This is the only time, and it's not just the only episode, it's the only story, because it's a 1-episode story. It's the only time the Doctors not appear, and companions, well, we're going to get a bit more of that in the new series, and a bit further down the line in Season 14 as well. But, yeah, thankfully we do get the Daleks, so we get some sort of character to attack. We get someone to put our attachments onto that we know and love. So in this story, some space security agents are investigating rumours of Daleks. Well, actually not space security agents. One space security agent and 2 other guys are on this planet, and the space security guy is investigating reports that the Daleks may be on Kemble. And they are. They're getting everybody down to their Universal Alliance. I can't remember its actual name, but all the alliance where they're preparing for the master plan, basically, as we'll see in the next story. Well, not next story, in master plan itself. And they're preparing all of this, and the space security agents have to warn Earth. However, 2 of them get turned into Vaga plants, and 1 of them gets exterminated by some Daleks. Although he is able to record a message, he just can't send it on time, and it leads into the first episode of the Daleks Master Plan. But to be honest, there isn't really much happening. I mean, that's the gist of it. The Daleks and their allies are coming together, or some of the allies, and other Daleks are trying to exterminate these other people on the planets that could be a threat, and eventually one of them gets a message ready to be sent. It just doesn't get sent, and that'll lead into the actual 12-part story later on. But it's not really much. That's about it. I think as a prologue episode, it works, but as its own standalone story, not so much. I think the thing is, it came a week before. It came between Galaxy 4 and Mythmakers. I think this story would have worked better if it came after the Mythmakers and before Master Plan. In fact, it could even have been the first episode of Master Plan, and then we just have a 13 episode story as opposed to 12 plus this. But in the books and the CDs, it is included as an extra episode. So yeah, I think it should have been. I think it should have come after the Mythmakers and just before or as part of the Dalek Master Plan. It certainly would have made sense in terms of a tying in the story situation. In the first episode of Master Plan, we had the Doctor and his companions arrive on the planet and eventually find out it's Kemble from this story, as opposed to having a story about Trojan horse in between them and completely confusing the viewers. Also, I can't say I'm that interested in the space security agents. I mean, one of them is pretty good, but it's also a bit of a dick as well at some points. And also, I wonder if Terry Nation got the idea of the space security agents getting a license to kill from a certain British spy who's also very popular at the time. The name's Bond. James Bond. And I have a license to kill. Space security agents. License to kill. No sign of Marvick Chen or some of the other delegates yet, because they're saving those characters for the actual story. But because of that, I'm not really worried about the space security agents. The space security agent I'm okay with, and he's okay. Is one of the other crew members. He's okay. The other one doesn't last very long. So yeah, I'm struggling to get invested in these characters, especially as they all die by the end of the episode. Yeah. One-off characters, you could have made them a bit more interesting, maybe? I mean, this is the same situation with Rogue One, except I really didn't get much from these characters, apart from one of them was a space security agent with a license to kill. And we're going to see more of those characters in the actual Master Plan story. But, yeah, and there wasn't really much personality from the other characters besides maybe the Daleks, but then again, Daleks are Daleks, so, yeah. And I have to say, the Dalek voices are getting worse every story. I think the Dalek movies, they were at their best, but even on the rewatch, I could tell that they still weren't as good as I remembered. I think they were still good, but maybe it was around a similar level of good as the Daleks. I don't think we're going to have as well as good Dalek voices until 1973. We'll see how Master Plan powered the Daleks and even with the Daleks fare. I think the two Troughton ones have better Dalek voices than some of the later Hartnell and Day of the Daleks, of course. Later Hartnell Dalek stories. Day of the Daleks are atrocious. Thank God for Nicholas Briggs' new ones for the special edition version. Genesis of the Daleks, I believe, has the best Dalek voices of the classic series, in my opinion. Of course, we're not going to have the best Dalek voices until 2005, so we'll have to wait until then for the best Dalek voices. But yeah, but for this one, they seem to be struggling again. They had this situation in the Chase where they just weren't that great. I think it was more with David Graham than Peter Hawkins in the Chase. But this time round, they're struggling again. They're both struggling. Apart from the Supreme Dalek, he's fine. I hope they up their game for the Daleks Master Plan, but still. Anyway, so time to wrap up. Mission to the Unknown is okay. That's it. It's just okay. It's filler, basically. It's filler to fill a production block. It's filler to serve as a prologue to a story that's going to have another story in between it, so it's going to completely throw off the audience. It's kind of an experiment for a potential spin-off, but or more episodes like this down the line. But yeah, but otherwise it's a very strange oddity. So obviously we didn't get that spin-off, and obviously it's just kind of its own one thing. So I'm going to give Mission to the Unknown a 5 out of 10. So yeah, the plot isn't that great, and its placement isn't that great. It could also easily have been either episode 1 of the master plan, or just not worried about it. You could have had this whole thing, not worried. From the Doctor's point of view, he didn't witness any of these events, so go the same way as the audience. Or maybe you could flash back to some of it, maybe if a character survived and made his way to master plan. But yeah, it's not the best. No, it's the weakest Dalek story for now, at least. We'll see about later on. So anyway, that's it from this story. We're not going to be getting to the Daleks' master plan yet. That's going to be the story after the next one. The next story is The Mythmakers. Yay, I guess. You got this whole big Dalek story set up, and you have to wait another 4 weeks to even see it start. Let alone how it goes down. So, anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne Retro YouTube channel. The one and out of only 2. James Bond. James Bond. I'm sorry, I can't do Scottish accent very well. The name's Bond. Yes.